Head up to the executive floor and speak to Dalton. He has an update for you on the mole's identity. I've called a meeting, and I expect you to attend. It's time to put the final plan in motion.
It's good to see you again. Hey there. It was nice seeing you.
Don't cause any trouble.
Good. You're right on time. I briefed Masako on the mole and went over the evidence you brought from Nyx in detail. The evidence you provided was enough. After some debate, we decided to fully disclose the results in this meeting. So I wanted you to be prepared. Yes. As the operative behind the investigation, it's important you attend to answer any questions the other board members may have. No. Directive Theta will remain confidential. We now know how effective it is, and may need to resort to it again in the future. You'll have the opportunity to take as much credit as you like during the meeting. Now, let's get this over with, shall we? We called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogene Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget, the mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives. Watch me.
Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity Ltd, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority. The experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
Botched human trials and murder for hire? You don't bounce back from that. At least not with Infinity's legal team.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Masako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send down the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this. Good. I can tell Vina is going to enjoy working with you. Vina will be waiting for you in the neuroamp division in R&D. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready to discuss the details of your next assignment. Vina's expecting you.
I believe you have an appointment with Dr. Kalra.
I'm fine. I really thought that formula would be the one, and it blew up in my face. Almost literally.
Was your first test run? Could have been worse.
Yeah, I just need a few minutes to sort myself out. And let the smoke settle.
That smoke's long since cleared. It's the smell that's lingering. But it's no worse than that time Bezzy singed off all his facial hair.
Oh my god. And we still give him hell over that. Thanks for cheering me up.
Hey. Believe me, we've seen much worse around here.
There's just nothing like that feeling of getting it right the first time.
We take a lot of pride in our work up here in R&D. Our floor's off limits to most people. Can't be nice to have a guest.
double check those measurements are right. Anesthesia always makes me nervous.
Wait, worry. I've already checked it 4 times.
Permitted to perform medical practices without human oversight.
It's good to see you again. Ah, here's my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey. Neurosurgery is my specialty. I've performed more operations than I can count on a wide variety of brains. So I like to think that I'm wildly overqualified. Really, I could do this in my sleep. The internal neuroamp is basically the next leap in our line of influential amplifiers. It gives the user dominion over a less dominant target, meaning you can heavily influence another person's thoughts and actions. Technically, that remains to be seen. It's not legal, but those decisions will be left up to a higher power who is neither you nor me. Hey, let's not get carried away there. That terminology is a bit heavy-handed. So, are you ready to get started? Oh, don't worry. That's not on the agenda. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuroamp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards, provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple-checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured. There's little to no risk, assuming your brain is typical and you don't have any adverse reaction to the anesthesia. First sign of trouble, we back out and start evaluating other candidates. You're gonna be fine. All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
Warning, this unit is not suited for addressing mental health concerns. You appear dehydrated. I suggest the immediate ingestion of a moderate quantity of water. I have performed a cursory scan of your vital signs. You are currently alive. Warning, this unit does not possess advanced surgical capabilities.
I can see how neurosurgery might be a little intimidating, but Vina and I have been doing this for a long time. You don't know how much I envy you. I'd kill to be in your position. Figuratively, of course. Trust me, you're in good hands here.
I'd love to guarantee the procedure, but really, there's still a 5.8% chance of complications. Bye. All right, let's get this party started. Well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing. So, how are you feeling? You look good? That's exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal neuroamp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation. Let's just say it varies based on the user. Some people have greater mental capabilities than others, which would increase the duration. Now that's something to talk to the drone engineers about. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says. Our preliminary testing was rigorous enough that there's little to no risk involved here. The biggest unknown was finding the perfect compatible alloy for the implant. We've had the tech itself working externally for quite some time. Please, we're not Infinity. We believe in due diligence when it comes to tech like this. But, just in case something does go wrong, we've got him locked up in the test chamber. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
Warning, this unit is not suited for addressing mental health concerns.
If you ask me, DeMarcus is a little too excited about all this. Don't be ridiculous. Of course I wasn't. Nothing in science is absolute. I had a hypothesis that you'd be all right, which we proved correct via experimentation. The perfect scientific process. The seamless integration of my internal neuroamp into your brain structure is the happy consequence of that experiment. My first note was that you can only influence one person at a time. This is due to the focus required to use it. Second was that the effect is temporary. If you use it to pacify an attacker, be prepared to deal with them when it wears off. I know it's not ideal, but I'm hoping to address it in future iterations. The internal neuroamp amplifies your brainwaves, focuses them on your subject, and overwrites their own electrical impulses. Your subject will believe anything they do while under your influence is of their own volition. Every now and then. I understand the dangers, which is why I also came up with the shielding mod. But there's a lot of tech out there we use every day that has plenty of dangerous implications. This is why I leave repercussions for people like Masako and Alexis to figure out.
You look beat. Is everything all right?
Stop by anytime. They always have something interesting going on.
I'm fine. I just got a 3-hour quantum physics lecture from Vina, that's all.
Incredible. What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects? Well, I leave that up for Alexis and Lyndon to decide. Compensation's not really my thing. Yes! Good. Hear that, DeMarcus? That's 2 for 2 now.
I heard. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech. Not at all. But I can imagine if I experienced disorientation like that, but regained my awareness in another room. It could be a bit jarring. We'll definitely be running some more tests in the future, though. So many situations to account for. Those are the kind of edge cases that I let the board work out. Obviously, tech like this is going to come with its fair share of red tape. When it comes to your job, you bet it does. Besides, the neuroamp isn't total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete, and DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
I still still can't get over how incredible that was. I really don't remember a thing. I can't believe Vina finally pulled it off. With my help, of course. Well, sure. It's one of the many things where, in the wrong hands, it can be considered exceptionally dangerous. But at the same time, have you read about the Colony War? A tool like the internal neuroamp could be the key to preventing another one. If you'd seen the studies and tests we've run, you'd understand why I'm not concerned. Besides, if anything does happen, I've got the best neurosurgeon in the settled systems to help me find a solution. Not a thing. It was like those moments where you lose your train of thought, or space out for just a moment. If you're worried about using it in Infinity's HQ, I guarantee no one there's going to notice. Watch your fingers out there. Lots of dangerous machines.
Oh, Masako told me about imaging. It's completely irrational, right? I think I'll be processing this one for a long time. It's so satisfying. Not only that, it's like this incredible tension has been lifted off my shoulders. I guess I never realized how much my drive to complete it affected me. It wasn't so much the intention as the challenge it represented. Masako actually proposed the idea, citing numerous advantages for RUJIN. I couldn't resist. I'm sure you were hoping for a higher calling within that story, but it's really the complexity and challenge that motivated me to do it. I'm always happy to chat about my work.
I'm on my 12th iteration of this design. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that my latest experiment will be a success.
You're here. I wasn't sure how accurate Vina's promise of no downtime was going to be.
Let's just hope her promise of no brain damage holds true as well.
Now that you've been outfitted with the internal neuroamp, it's time to put that tech to work. We're sending you into Infinity Ltd. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you don't steal from RUJIN Industries. All right. Yuko has provided a layout of Infinity Ltd. You have two options for this assignment. We'll be providing you with the means for both. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you. Of course not. The meeting is just a legitimate way in. Once inside, you'll be led to a waiting room where your host will be running late. That's your opportunity to make your way to either the executive floor or R&D. Option A, you need to remain under the radar the entire time. Option B, you have a slight cover that may give you the opportunity to talk your way to your objectives. Just hope those acting skills don't get you caught or killed. Now, depending on your preference, You'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have 3 targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer, in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse, so I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
You'll only have free range on the marketing floor. Infinity may be cheap, but they know at least some level of security is needed in this business. Any mercenary or disgruntled worker can go shoot a place up. You're a RUJIN operative, so start acting like one. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers. I'll let her explain the details.
You see, once we expose Infinity Ltd, all of their data is going to come under intense scrutiny. We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials, but Project Dominion needs to remain confidential. I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete anything relating to RUJIN and the internal neuroamp. Anyone who comes forward to defend Lucas would be prosecuted as either aiding or being an accessory to these crimes. They all know career suicide when they see it. As for Lucas himself, if he wants to speak up and add corporate theft to his laundry list of crimes, fine. But who's going to believe him? Now, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only distract from what we're trying to accomplish here. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. I'm sure you remember him from Sidonia. Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time before pressure gauges go unchecked and they have a massive issue on their hands. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer from gas leaks, setting off an automated alarm to evacuate the building. Simon was able to get a passcode for you to access their system's computer, so you can force the heating system to fail. If the information Simon provided is accurate, you can reach the control systems through a computer located in the maintenance area. It's a pretty convenient stop if you enter in through the roof access. I'm told security has masks to handle the situation, so the guards will still be stationed in the building. It's also possible they'll activate their building's defense system as well. You may run into a few automated turrets, so you'll still want to try and stay out of sight. That old man's going to be around for some time to come. Especially since I heard you helped him get rid of an old thorn in his side. We're also issuing you an operative suit. It should help reduce their ability to detect you. These suits are typically reserved for the senior ranks, but we want to reduce as much risk as possible. Please, you're an exception. But we can talk promotion after you pull off this assignment. And that's what we're hoping for. If you can pull this off, even I'll be impressed.
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, your final step is to deliver the slate to David Barron at the SSNN field office. If he asks questions, feel free to give him just enough information to pique his interest, but no mention of RUJIN or who you are. SSNN is used to anonymous tips. They'll do whatever verifications they deem necessary on their own to confirm the story. It doesn't matter what he believes. David's first move will be to verify the information you provide. Once he receives confirmation, which he will, he'll see it as his duty to report the news. Ularu assured me it's safe.
The Overseer program will purge itself once its primary function is complete. The only thing left on that slate will be proof of Infinity's crimes.
Good. I guarantee the moment he scratches the surface on that story, you'll have a broadcast sent to every system. So, any final questions before you go? Depending on whether or not you evacuate the building, you'll mostly be looking at security guards, much like we have here. You may encounter an automated defense system in the form of turrets as well, so be careful. You have the ability to manipulate others. If someone's in your way, you could get them to move. If someone has a key card, that means you have a key card. The possibilities here are really up to you. You'll be restricted to the marketing floor. An appointment is not a free pass. Pay attention. We're giving you a slate with a program that has to be run on Lucas Drexler and Fei Sengsavan's computers. You also need to steal their current prototype of the internal neuroamp kept on their R&D floor. Once you're done, you're bringing the slate to David Barron at SSNN, and you're returning here to me with the prototype. Good luck, and be sure to report directly back to me when you return.
Come with me. I have everything you need for this assignment in my office.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
As much as I hate to admit it, Masako's plan is fairly straightforward and effective. I'm only thinking it's a shame I can't keep Roan as my own replacement. In an ideal world, Imogene would at least still be around. But the downside of making a move like this is that those bridges will never be rebuilt. Of course, one way or another. Should too many linger on Masako's side, I'll just have you use that internal neuroamp to make up their minds for them. Very astute. It's nice to see you're living up to expectations as an operative. Lucky for you, my side of the plan doesn't involve any extra legwork on your end. The program that Masako had me write will be doing all the heavy lifting. While it's downloading the evidence needed, it will also be interspersing an array of files that will say Masako was heavily involved. That's right. The board will assume Misako either misled us, or that Imogene was working for her. So you have nothing to worry about. Now here's everything you need. Simon's passcode, your operative suit, the Overseer program, and your cover identity. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access, so that's your ticket in, either way. Don't screw this up. Skylar Lumen? I'm very much looking forward to your return. Get in there, and let's show Infinity what happens when they mess with RUJIN Industries. Sure, don't get caught. Seriously though, you have that internal neuroamp for a reason. Don't let power like that go to waste. Their heating and ventilation systems are in critical condition. I'd say all they need is a gentle nudge in the right direction before Infinity has a gas leak on their hands. Just look for the maintenance systems computer by the roof access point. If you choose to use this information, I recommend entering Infinity Ltd through the roof access. That way, you can reap the immediate benefits. Only that you're the CEO of a new little startup called Lumen Interactive. The rest is entirely up to you. I trust you can create and maintain facts to your own story. The Overseer program is designed to systematically scrub any reference to RUJIN Industries and Project Dominion off of any computer in Infinity Ltd's network. At the same time, it's going to be copying any files regarding CM Station RC1 and the clinic onto the slate I gave you. Last but not least, it's going to upload a series of communications onto Lucas Drexler's computer that will tie everything back to Misako. It makes your job rather easy, if you ask me. Wow, pay attention much? I know there's a lot of moving parts, but remembering details is a part of the job description. That Overseer program I gave you? You need to make sure you run it on Lucas and Faye's computers. Then you need to steal whatever prototype Faye's concocted down in R&D. Once you're done, you hand that slate over to David Barron at SSNN, and then report back to Misako with that prototype.
Got my eye on you.
They know how to make a client feel welcome.
RUJIN certainly spared no expense on their exec floor. What can I get you? Looking to blow a hole in something? I've got more than you can. You know, Sticks, crime in this city gets worse by the day. Vandals, thieves, gangs.
Need something?
You aren't looking well at all. Perhaps you'd better sit down. What can Reliant Medical do for you? Let me look you over. Not so bad, really. Let's get you patched up. Ship shape and ready for action. Try not to get hurt out there.
Please, take a look. Thanks for coming in.
Welcome to Infinity Ltd's corporate headquarters. Hello. Did you have an appointment with us today? Ah, yes, from Lumen Interactive. The elevator here will take you to the marketing floor. Once you arrive, you'll want to talk to Ellis Ortiz. He's the receptionist there and will be happy to help you. If all goes well, maybe I'll be seeing you around more often.
Welcome to Infinity Ltd's marketing department. Desi notified me that you are on your way. If you just have a seat, I can notify Miss Hart that you've arrived. Pardon. Our waiting area is just to my right. Notify Miss Hart that you're here. Feel free to use any of the facilities on the floor while you wait. The break room and bathrooms are just around the corner. Okay? Hello. Just give me a moment to let Miss Hart know you're here.
I hope Deimos gets back to us soon. I can't wait for this day to be over. I can't wait for this day to be over.
I'm sorry, I really don't have time to chat right now. I hope no one notices I'm not at that meeting.
The Dave Abbott, the bartender at the Viewport, makes twice what I do.
I'd blame Lucas.
This better not be my revenge for losing that quantum deal. I hate to say it, but I have to cancel with Skylar. I am completely unprepared.
Just relax. I'll take care of it. You can take the elevator to the lobby when you're ready to leave. You can take the elevator to the lobby when you're ready to leave. There's no rush to leave. And please remember to stay on this floor.
Oh, were you my appointment? I'm so sorry. I somehow ended up triple booked today. I'm just trying to get ready for this department meeting right now, but you can see Ellis on your way out if you'd like to reschedule. Oh, well, I suppose I can work that out. Plus, I happen to know he's free right now. I'll set you up for executive floor permissions and notify Lucas that you're on your way. Besides, I'm pretty sure he's to blame for my current situation anyway. Good luck. I really am sorry about all this.
Nothing changes. We'll have to reduce the budget for this year.
Yeah? Kill for a cup of coffee right about now.
this deal doesn't go through, we may have to downsize. The employees will throw a fit if we have to cut their pay again.
So you're the one Nina mentioned. I don't normally take last-minute meetings, but she assured me it'd be worth my time. Especially since it's just a quick introduction. Lucas Drexler, nice to meet you. I heard you're interested in a partnership? I certainly hope so. You managed to turn a canceled meeting into an introduction with me, so I'd be looking forward to seeing what else you can do. Well, we still have to go through the proper channels, but having met you, let me see what I can do to speed things up. Is there anything else I can do for you? Well now, that's an unusual offer. I suppose after having your initial meeting canceled, it'd be a shame for it to go to waste. Besides, if we're to be partners in the future, we might as well put faith in each other today, right? No promises, but I'll do my best to speed things up. It was nice meeting you. I look forward to seeing you again.
detected. All non-essential personnel must evacuate the building. Please find the nearest exit and contact emergency services.
hands is planning to open up 2 new branches to keep up with demand in the system.
You're in the Vanguard, right? Hey, thanks for your service. You have a nice day now.
Evening, sir.
The neuroamp helps you get a better job. It basically pays for itself.
You can't go in. You just can't.
But David's my friend.
If you ever find yourself with a hot lead, we will do our best to protect your anonymity.
Mr. Barron's very busy and important.
Can I help you?
All this way.
Listen, I might be able to hook you up with some lunch. Maybe get you a ticket to a speaking gig he's got. That's all I can do.
You are the best!
Well, I'll be the judge of that. What's this so-called story about? All right, I'll take a look. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence. I figured as much. Is there at least a name I can cite as my source? Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired within the hour, if not sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I obviously have some work to do.
David's amazing. And I hear he's single. Ever wonder how the prince
I believe you were specifically told that we did not want a body count on this assignment. A poor excuse. All the tools at your disposal, and yet here we are. I hope you at least attempted to use the internal neuroamp. And yet not useful enough to avoid a body count? Still, it's good to know the applications are proving themselves. So now it's just a waiting game for SSNN to break the news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes. Thank you.
Citizens of New Atlantis were shocked today when an unidentified assailant left several dead at the Infinity Ltd building. The murders are believed to be linked to a new investigation where Drexler would have been accused of numerous violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself have yet to be confirmed, but it's believed that Masako Imada, CEO of RUJIN Industries, may be involved. A series of communications between Drexler and Imada were discovered, where she encouraged Drexler to ignore approval guidelines for human trials. This has been David Barron for SSNN.
Impossible. You set me up. You expect me to believe you're simply an unwilling pawn in this? We'll find out soon enough. Assuming I know exactly how this situation came about, I have only a few things to say. Should Ularu run this company, the reputation of RUJIN Industries will change dramatically. Her unchecked tactics will be heavy-handed, involving murder without question of both the innocent and the guilty. RUJIN may gain financial success, but the percentage is not worth the real cost. But she's... It's true. Ularu's always put RUJIN first, and I can't argue that. Even with her aggressive tactics, she'll keep RUJIN at the top for decades to come. I encourage you to speak to the board members. We'll be having the meeting shortly to determine the fate of Infinity Ltd. And now I imagine myself as CEO. We must receive at least 50% of the vote. I trust you'll be able to sway them to make the right decisions.